Welcome to What's Your Ministry podcast, an extension of McCoy Solutions University. I'm your host, Shamika, the real McCoy. I help business owners, entrepreneurs, and individual students use their God-given gifts and talents to serve in kingdom expansion. My prayer for you today is that you leave here equipped and empowered to combine your personal and professional life to speak one language ministry in the marketplace. Enjoy today's show. Hey, I want to ask you guys a few questions. Are you looking for answers? Have you felt like you're having challenging time discovering your pathway or moving through to complete something, moving through to complete a race? Guess what, guys? This is the episode for you guys. If you have come to the right place, today's episode is the pace of grace on What's Your Ministry podcast. And here we are here today to identify what's your ministry and what's not your ministry. I'm going to say it again. What is your ministry and what's not your ministry? What I've discovered is that sometimes we're moving along and we're running a race. You know, the race was not given to the swift nor to the strong, but the race was given to those who endure to the end. Yes, that's all word, guys. That's biblical principles mixed with your business principles. That's business and faith right there at its finest. You know, in our lives, I've discovered that oftentimes we're starting and finishing projects. You know, sometimes we move to completion and sometimes we have projects that are incomplete. What I discovered, guys, as a secret sauce is that we have to pace ourselves. And as we pace ourselves with grace, you'll discover that you'll increase your chances of completing the race. That's what I'm talking about. So I want you guys to know in point number one that we have to identify our position and understand different perspectives. Let me say that again. We have to identify our position and understand different perspectives. Something I did to help me along with identifying this, I'm a visual person and I have to see things laid out. I have to read it, see it to gain a better understanding. And so God gave me the analogy of the driver versus the passenger. These are two different positions and two different perspectives. And so what I did, I created a chart and with vertical and horizontal lines. And on one side of the chart, I put driver. And on the other side of the chart, I put passenger. And when I started this chart, I was picturing this as comparing it to two humans. I was looking at a human driver versus a human passenger. And on the driver's side, I had items listed like they see things from a driver. He or she is seeing things from what's directly in front of him. This particular driver has a limited viewpoint. They can't see as if the passenger could. The passenger can see things like a full circumference, a full 360. The passenger has a full view. This passenger is able to notice nouns. As you guys know, a noun is a person, place, or thing. The passenger is able to see things from a different perspective based on its viewpoint. And then as I was going along, I continued this chart with vertical and horizontal lines. And on one side, I switched the driver to God. And on the other side, I let the passenger remain a passenger. And so I replaced a human driver with a God driver, and I came up with these things. God shared that God is Lord, and Lord means owner. Guys, I'm getting excited and trying to stay calm as I speak this thing out to you guys because I see where God is going and I'm trying to pace myself in this message and don't give you things before it's time. I want to lay it out so you can see things from the full perspective on the way God gave it to me. And so, what I noticed here is that when God becomes Lord, when you replace God from a human driver to a God driver, is that we are giving ownership back to God. God showed me that He is the creator. He knows all things. He sees all things. And He created all things. And that we were created in the image of Him. That's good news today, guys. And so when we allow God to be owner of our lives, He creates a different pace for us to run this race that we're running. And He gives us endurance. And so to do this, guys, when McCoy Solutions University believes the success of each business owner begins with personal growth. This is why MSU equips business leaders with coaching, courses, and customized curriculums to bring your dreams into fruition. Our faith-based learning environment enables students to challenge biblical and business principles, while simultaneously instilling tried and proven techniques to develop and broaden your business marketing skills. In today's fast-paced learning environment, MSU clients appreciate digital options. Whether you opt into individual self-paced courses or group courses to ask questions of your peers, we have the right curriculum for you. Benefits include, but not limited to, fixed tuition costs, certifications and certificates, ebooks, video how-to guides, and our free What's Your Ministry podcast, which you are currently listening to. We are calling all business owners, kingdompreneurs, and future students of MSU who desire to increase their skill set and establish a firm business foundation. Don't delay. Enroll in MSU digital courses today. To enroll in courses today, type www.mccoymarketingsolutions.com/university. And for your convenience, this link will also be in the show notes. We are praying and preparing for your arrival. Now back to the show. We become the passenger and God is the driver of our lives. We have to allow God, we have to give trust to God. We have to allow God to drive. And this takes faith, guys. It takes faith to trust God in the unknown, to trust God in pathways that are unknown to us, but good news, it's known to God. And what I discovered is that we have to relinquish control. In this process, when we're relinquishing control, that means we have to follow a few steps. And so, if you guys, I want to encourage you guys, just like I did, to create a chart using vertical and horizontal lines. And then you fill in the blanks. You fill in the blanks as God being the driver in your life and you being the passenger. And then share it with me. Share with me what you discovered when you created this chart process just by slipping me an email at ministry@mccoymarketingsolutions.com. And ministry is spelled MINISTRY at McCoymarketingsolutions.com. And I dropped that link for you guys in the show notes. And God shared with me as we're trusting God, as we're relinquishing control, that we have to remember a few things by moving to step two. And step two, as in this process, throughout the entire duration, we have to remember to have joy. That's something, guys. Joy is something that God gives us that no man can take it away. Joy is a good thing today, guys, as we have to have joy when we're preparing for tests, when we have to meet deadlines or meet company demands, you have to remember to have joy. We all experience this, guys. We have to remember to pace yourself with grace. That this is a pace of grace, which means that you're running at a particular movement, you're running at a particular path. And so you literally can be running a race while walking. Ha ha ha. That's good news today, guys. You can be running, you could be pacing yourself. It's a rhythm, it's a flow of movement that you're moving. And today I'm talking about pacing yourself with grace. Remember to have grace on this race. Grace is something that we don't deserve. It's special favor that's given to humans from God. I love grace, guys. Grace is an amazing thing to have on this journey as we're talking about God's grace for life and business. That's the series that we're on right now. Just want to share a few more nuggets with you guys. And in this point, I want to remind you guys that you have to slow down. An artist once said, slow down, you're moving too fast. You have to pace yourself. And this is true. I digged a little bit deeper when looking at slow down, and God placed some words in my spirit. He reminded me that when you slow down, you have to rest. You have to take time to reflect, and you also have to take time to rejuvenate. I'm gonna say it again, guys, because it was just that good. It was definitely worth repeating. You have to reflect and you have to rejuvenate. You guys know me, I'm a word person. I looked up rejuvenate, and rejuvenate means to restore. It means to revitalize, and it means restore. In this standpoint, the definition was saying restore a river or a stream to a condition, a characteristics of a younger landscape. What that reminds me of is that when we take time to slow down, that God is restoring us. How many of you guys know that God is a restorer today? That's good news. And that's also, I pray, a hope for you today. Remember to place your hope in the Father, and we place our hope in faith. And as we're doing this process in faith, as in our faith and from a biblical standpoint, guys, is what I'm referring to today. As we do this process, that God restores our joy, and joy is a secret sauce that we need to maneuver in the pace of grace. So I hope, guys, that you all enjoyed this episode. It was another great episode from your host, Shamika the Real McCoy. And before you guys go, I just want to release a prayer over you guys today. I pray right now in the name of Jesus for each person that's listening to this episode. The person that's taking notes, I pray that their pen and their tongue is moving as a ready writer right now in the name of Jesus, that they're taking notes in their journal, that they're advancing and growing in their life from the business perspective, that they're growing with their personal goals, and that they're encouraged today to run this race by pacing themselves with grace. So, guys, share this out with a friend. Share it on your social media pages and let people know about What's Your Ministry podcast. I thank you guys for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Have a blessed day. Remember to like, subscribe, and place reviews if this blessed your heart and bless your spirit. Be blessed. See you guys soon. Thank you for listening to another episode at What's Your Ministry podcast. Don't forget, real ministry goes beyond the Sunday morning podium into our everyday lives. Connect with us at McCoy Solutions University and at McCoy Solutions _ on all digital platforms. Have a blessed day.